private education institutions in Jammu and Kashmir can play a pivotal role in transforming the higher education landscape in the region. Institutions like Kashmir College of Engineering and Technology have taken up the challenge to raise the standards of technical education in the region by addressing critical gaps and introducing modern approaches. We met the chairman of KCET, Mr. Raja Ajaz Ali, to understand how private institutions like KCET can make a difference and help transform the technical education landscape of Jammu and Kashmir.
As far as the willingness and initiative of the students is concerned, we have a lot of enthusiasm still. Medical and engineering still remain as the premier two professions which are preferred by the students during their studies. And we have a lot of students going for such professional courses. But unfortunately, when the professional institutions, especially the engineering college, they mushroomed in the rest of the country, we could not establish even a single institute here in the country, in the state. And I tell you, basically, I can't say the mental block, but the circumstances created in the then state were very different. As I visualized that national program was that we must prepare the skilled labor through ITIs and other things for which government institutions will be established in every tehsil. And then we should go for diploma college in all the districts. That was a government scheme. And then it was that time planned that as far as the engineering graduation institutions are concerned, the engineering college, they should be given to the private sector, so that the supervisory level of engineering and the planning level of engineering is created by the private sector. While other things were implemented in the state, the then state, by the government, unfortunately, this part of it, the establishment of institutions, engineering college in the state, got defeated. In the valley, I must say, we had only one polytechnic college in private sector, which was upgraded, given the permission by the state government. Hats off to them, hats off to the proprietors, the promoters of the college. She tried her level best. But the fundamental problem remained with that one, that the engineering college was established on the same infrastructure of the polytechnic, thereby giving a legacy and continuity of that culture, the polytechnic culture, to that engineering college also. That engineering college did not come up till now for this reason, that where graduate engineers are produced, and the vision of a graduate engineer and his culture in which he is taught and brought up in the engineering college could not be provided to them. So that is overall scenario what we have, the professional, this availability of professional institutions and the enthusiasm of the students to go for this professional education, especially technical education. I think we had two very abnormal things and deformities. One of them was that in pursuance to the Supreme Court judgment of 202, TAPI or something, that was a case, all the states of the country were directed to install a entrance exam authority, conduct the entrance exam for the selection of the students for professional college, within for private as well as with the government sector college. After two counseling, it was desired that the private college will be permitted to fill up their vacant seats. Unfortunately, the order which was issued in the state then in 2002 had a lopsided approach. They had constituted this BOPI here as a authority to conduct entrance exams and select students. But after their two counselings, there was no provision kept that the private college should also, if at all the private college was there any, there were about 2 in Jammu, 3 in Jammu and 1 in Kashmir, so that they could again go and fill up the seats directly from the leftward seats. Now, after the abrogation of this 370, we have pursued it with the government, and the latest order has been issued, which is at par with the rest of the country. Whatever is provision kept in the rest of the country, that's applicable here also. I hope the things will improve here with this thing. And consequently, the college were not permitted to come up here, and we took a big adventure for this establishing this college here, in spite of all the odds. Odds from the government side, odds from the university side, odds from the financial institution side. We thought that we will do it. We have done it. Now the students, I think we are reaching through media, through all your sources also, that telling them that the courses, the training course which they were looking for are now available in the state. Suppose this is the college which has 360 seats available with us, and we have another SSN college which has another 600 seats available with them. I think 900 seats are quite a bit of motivation that we can tell them to do here. Another thing which prompted or attracted the students to go out was a Prime Minister's scholarship. During the period of Shri Manmohan Singh, an initiative was taken, an incentive was provided to the students to come out of the valley, Kashmir especially, and go to rest of the country. That was basically the idea and mission behind that scholarship, was that the students from this area should go and see rest of the country. The culture, the people, the mix up for their studies and education with the rest of the country. That was the mission. Now that is still carrying on. So some students, most of the students, they do go for fill up applications and they opt for that scholarship. Maybe about 2,000 so every year they apply for that one, and out of that thing, 1,200 or so are selected. I would suggest that the best thing would be that if the scholarship is provided to the students in all the private colleges which they are either in Punjab or Haryana or Himachal or anybody, they are selected and they are provided the scholarship, Prime Minister's scholarship, why not our private college? We are equally entitled. We are equally entitled that our college should also be included in those colleges. It's also a private college which needs a support also, and which needs that there is some at least attraction for the students to come here and join us also. So that would be a very good positive approach if these colleges, our colleges, are also included with that thing. That will increase our intake also. That's sure that's going to make this the difference. And the initiative of the government, now present government, is all set. They have already carried out 2-3 exercises on this one, that how we motivate our students to be here, because now these things are available here. I think government is taking some initiative. We are also taking the help of government in approaching all the schools, especially the higher secondary schools, the principals, so that they could educate the students about the things which are available here. And this is not only that students should not go out of the state for studies. There is no problem. We know that's better, because I too had undergone my studies in Andhra. I still carry that culture of Andhra and the understanding and their all cultures. That is required. In private sector, we are committed, because it's not question of my only doing a business, our business as creating an institution. We are dedicated to create the engineers, the future engineers of the country, for the country, who later go for higher education, research and innovations, and who are practically committed to the job. We intend to, because a private sector, once we are personally motivated first, and then we create the situation and create the faculty and provide all the facilities to ensure that an engineer who passes out from this place is getting the skill training as well, because Government of India has provided a lot of support on the skill training. And from like an institution like me, I'm determined. This is my first batch here, that I will start introducing from next year itself the skill training for the youngsters, the students, so that a student, once he qualifies, he completes his 8 year semesters here. By then, he at least is so thorough with 2 to 3 skills, maybe a computer, maybe a technology in, workshop technology, maybe in plumbing, maybe something. I've seen a person, a degree holder engineer who could not get a job for 3-4 years. The moment he did a skill course in plumbing, he got the job with a private firm as a planner of a colony. So these are the skills very important for engineer, and we know their importance. When I was with the JNTU, when we studied, we used to go for a sandwich course after every semester. We want to create an atmosphere like that after our 4 semesters, with the local under this private sector, so that our students go to their place for 10, 20 days, 15 days after a semester, within 2 semesters, for a month or 2, it will give total a period. And they are familiar with the this private sector also, and corporate sector also, so that at the end they come and they say, these are the boys who are experienced also, they are exposed to the work culture also, and they are skilled also. They get the job, they get the placements, because now engineer is not only a desk job. Engineer is a person who stands in the field and conducts the work. You see, it has a larger, bigger dimension. Firstly, when I selected the faculty, I had the support of experts from Kashmir University, NIT, and other things, experts for selection of this thing. We had a focused inquisitiveness and research in a candidate. That is he a research oriented, or he's only a teacher. So we have selected in all the fields such teachers who, besides their teaching and improving their knowledge, will be involved in innovations also. I have selected a principal who has already 5 patents to his credit and is author of about 15 books. He has already created an atmosphere in the faculty to write papers, to go for research, and go for this thing. The moment your faculty is interested in that one, the faculty and principal, they are themselves involved and interested in that one, they will involve the students also at that level. And the best part is there that I have some technicians in the workshop who are already coming forward with this thing. Sir, kindly support us financially, we'll do some research here. I said, okay, there is no problem. By the time our college is established, we'll keep a substantial amount, some financial support for this research. And not only research part of it, but the incentive also to the people who look for this research. The engineering, the professional thing has traveled a long way. What we used to have in 50s or 60s last year, in 20th century, what we used to have, the technology. And now the technology has advanced. Now whatever we have present, at least at this time, that time, suppose the things were to move, they were moved mechanically. They are supplemented by differentials, pulleys, gears, and other things. Now it's no more that thing. It's now this AI. Now the AI period has come when everything, artificial intelligence will be controlling. And I remember when we were studying, we were just talking about, some professors used to give us the talk, maybe a time is there somewhere when you will get a cordless telephone, when you may get a palm telephone. But now it's something which is a reality. So similarly, the research part of it is continuous thing, developing the technology to facilitate the output and facilitate the output and improve the quality of the product and work also. The output, project completion, and the task innovation or achievement will be better, easier, and the acceptable, which will be really useful to the day-to-day humanity, our use and our this development. We inherited a big, a very rich culture, a very rich literature, a very rich knowledge from our these elders. And we had a very, prominent Kashmiri Pandit community who are really learned people and who have really contributed to the this growth of education sector in the valley. It grew with the spread of the institutions, the making the schools and facilities available at the distant places, remote places. It did improve. And with higher education, availability of higher education, accessibility to that education for a common man, it did grow. It did grow. But yes, there was a setback. There was a setback when the militancy erupted in the valley. Firstly, it targeted two sides. It targeted the education and it targeted the connectivity development, bridges, schools, and everything. So it was not a natural outcome, but it was a planned action by the planners who wanted to bleed us, put 1,000 cuts and bleed us. This is the way. They demolished our schools. They burnt our schools. They burnt the bridges. They burned these institutions. All even private institutions, wherever they were burnt. We have come out of that phase because most of us, officers level, elders level, politicians, everybody contributed towards that one to defeat that purpose and that scheme and encourage the students. And in the meantime, the 90s, late 90s to this time, there is a steep growth in private sector schooling. Then the revolution came when in the private sector they started it at DPS at Srinagar, the first school in the private scale school. That I think it was Mr. Vijay Dhar, who really ventured and started it. For 3-4 years it was nowhere it was seen, but afterwards it was such a boom it has taken that now everywhere you have private schools of class level, the top class level. You have a franchise of DPS, you have franchise of Doon schools, you have franchise of GD Goenkas and everywhere. It has, to my best assessment, it has improved 50 to 60% the level of education of the students. Because even in the rural areas, even with the poor families, everybody says that I must send my child to this school. No doubt government schools have also done their efforts, but the major chunk of contribution is from all these private schools, and it has grown now. Subsequently, when it has grown, the further cascading effect to the higher education and other things is ultimately a good result. Earlier, our students, due to these circumstantial things or due to this atmosphere what was prevailing here, they had lost faith in the institutional evaluation and grant with the rest of the national institutions, all India surveys or state surveys, administrative boards and other things. But steadily they have grown there. They have the moment we have a topper We had a topper from J&K in the All India Services, All India Service IAS, that sent a lot of confidence among the youngsters. Now, you will find lot of coaching centers in the valley, in Jammu, in district headquarters. Everybody, youngsters planning to get into competitive exams and try for this thing. One side is, I still feel that is lagging behind. The field is that I had this vision that we must do something to contribute to NDA. Our students are good in professional college, good on All India service every year, 10 to 12, 15 seats we are taking on All India as its service levels. But we have ignored side of preparing the students for NDA and CPOs. These are very good careers for us. And this is not a career only, but this is I must tell you, on the national level, it is a cementing factor. And if we have enough of students, our youngsters opting for NDA, because they are capable, they can go, they will make up very good officers. I know that material, the material they are here. Jammu, there is little enthusiasm, they do go, but in Kashmir we are lagging. If we are in a position to promote this thing, that every year 10-20 students of youngsters of the valley, they get into NDA or IMA, or this CPOs, BSF, CRPF, ITBP. I tell you, 10-15 years it will be a change atmosphere completely, with the, not only with the public, with the thinking, with the atmosphere, with the students everywhere. And it will put a very good, ladder for others also to climb up. The need is there, what Prime Minister's vision is there. He wants to prepare a student as a learned person, as a visionary, educated to gain the knowledge. He should be knowledgeable. Plus, his process of thinking should be not only a job, but given a chance, given a direction, he can innovate, he can create some this way of living where it could be beneficial for many others also and the society also. Like you have in here in J&K also, very young, educated startups. Somebody in Tangmarg has grown his own mushroom center. With a small thing, small bags, small gamlas, he started up small racks. Now he's on the large scale with large poly houses. And he's producing now these mushrooms, and he has already engaged about 10-12 people to take care of them. It's not only he has innovated something for himself, but for other 12 families also. Similarly, there are some Gandarbal, some dairy farms have come up. Some ladies have started the dairy farms. Some ladies have started bakeries together, sitting all the ladies collecting them together, the bakeries, but not the bakery of that tandoor, what you used to do, we used to have the conventional one. They are using the ovens, the electrically heated ovens and other thing, and increasing the production. So these innovations and the education together are to this type of boot camp when we conduct. The teachers, I'm sure about once they go back, what we try to bring home in their minds that early in the months also, that we got to break the shackles of the mind that only this thing is to be done. They are to be educated. First, educated. Everybody should come to the school. The way earlier those in our mutts and others, they used to come vidya ke liye jate hain. So they will have to look for vidya, not for degree. So if the culture of vidya comes up in the students, then the something to do automatically triggers up. Where Abdul Kalam's version, I said that it needs triggering. The triggering is that with the vidya, the proper vidya, not only a formal teaching and passing the class. I think these boot camps are very useful in that one. Today, tomorrow, after 2 boot camps, after 4 boot camps, after 10 boot camps, after many boot camps, we are able to cultivate a culture and redirect over that vidya giving, what vidya we really have to give. I think they are very useful camps. They are very useful.
It is good to see private institutions helping in fostering a culture of innovation and startups by complementing government initiatives aimed at entrepreneurship development. While government programs provide a framework and resources to support innovation, private institutions amplify these efforts by offering practical platforms for implementation.